Caring for the poor. What does that mean? Let me break it down and make it simple for you. Be joyful and unafraid of sharing your generosity with the most vulnerable and marginalised in our communities. 1 loaf of bread will provide breakfast for a family for 1 day. 1 hour of your time helping out at your local St Vincent de Paul food bank can assist and help feed many families for a whole week. 1 prayer a day for the most vulnerable and the marginalised will change the lives of many. If you wish, you can donate funds to our Catholic Caring Foundation, and they will ensure that your generosity will go towards helping the most vulnerable, the most marginalised, and those living in poverty. Be joyful and unafraid of sharing your generosity. And those who are already doing this, mihi atu ki a koe. Thank you.
Preferential option for the poor may seem like a new concept that Pope Francis has just brought in, but for over 2,000 years, the Catholic Church and community of faith has been doing just that. If we look at the missionary of charities and looking after the vulnerable and the dying, if we look at the Little Sisters of the Poor and their work of helping the elderly, if we look at the Mercy Sisters and their work of hospice and hospital in the area of medicine, if we look closer to home, our own venerable mother, Suzanne Aubert, and the work of Soup Kitchen, helping those that are disadvantaged. If we look at the work locally in the Diocese of Auckland, we have Catholic Caring Foundation, which supports over 60 of the various different agencies. St Vincent de Paul and the Young Vinnies. I could go on and on and on and on. It's very important to remember that you are all part of this great work, and we want to encourage this continual of service, of love. Often when we think about preferential option for the poor, we think, well, it's too hard. With the issue of homelessness and hunger, how are we going to feed the masses? We hear in the gospel how the generosity of young boy can make a difference. In this season of Advent, I remember the great, beautiful story of that star that shone the way for our Lord. And when I think about that star, we all can be our very own star. Often we think it's too hard, but the story of the starfish theory, which is where I got the star from, reminds us that one person can make a difference a little bit at a time, as Loraine mentioned earlier. My dear friends, please pat yourself on the back. Sometimes it feels like it is such a great big job, but a word of encouragement, a smile, a little bit of love makes all the difference. Remember the great story of creation. It happens one bit at a time. And what did Jesus say? What did God say? It was good. It was good. It was good. Please remember that giving is the greatest joy, because it is truly in giving that we receive. I wish you all a great season of Advent and a great Christmas ahead, to remind yourselves and ourselves the gift that God has given us and what gift we will return to God this Christmas. God bless you. Here are some photos and some clips of how our faith in action happens on a day-to-day basis.
Here are some of the things that the Catholic Caring Foundation fund. take a look at our young Vinnie's team, St Vincent de Paul. Take a look at what they're doing.
There's the dry boxes.
At our Otahuhu parish.
We've got the work of our refuge. Look at the kids at our schools, caring for the elderly, caring for our young people, caring for our mothers and babies. It is truly about the generosity of giving. Bishop Pat reminds us always not to be afraid, for truly in giving that we receive. God bless.